Recently, where I live, the government introduced a program that subsidizes the cost of hearing aids for seniors with impaired hearing. This is great news for pensioners who are not able to afford hearing devices and a great boon to sellers of hearing assistance products. Most seniors suffer from age-related hearing loss, which, as they get older, will only worsen. It's a fact of life and just one more thing to add to the ever-growing list of declining faculties as we get older. However, with a better understanding of what age-related hearing loss is, those afflicted can find better ways in dealing and living with it. Some forms of hearing loss are due to prolonged exposure to loud sounds, which we know are now preventable with proper hearing protection, but age-related hearing is different. When an infant is born, his or her hearing or frequency response performance is said to be in the range of 20 cycles per second to 20,000 cycles per second, or 20 Hz to 20 kHz. This is considered to be the normal frequency range for human beings. All frequencies heard by the newborn are relatively equal in loudness levels, but as we age, our hearing ability diminishes, but not uniformly. We still have the ability to hear low-frequency sounds well, but as the frequency of sound increases, our ability to hear higher frequencies diminishes. This tells us that hearing loss is frequency-dependent, or different at different frequencies. The following graph best illustrates this phenomenon. In the graph, the vertical axis represents the sound level. This is measured in decibels. When the decibel level has a negative sign in front of it, this indicates how many decibels are lost in one's hearing ability. The horizontal axis indicates the frequency of sound. The colored lines are hearing curves for different age groups. It's easy to see how the high frequencies in the 22 to 35 year age group perform much better than the 56 to 65 year age group, who have significantly reduced levels in the 10 to 15 kHz range. But notice that all age groups have relatively the same satisfactory performance at the 1000 Hz frequency. As we age, you may not be aware that hearing loss is occurring as it progresses slowly. There will be times, though, when you find yourself asking others that you might be conversing with to repeat themselves. This could be an early sign that you need help. Age-related hearing loss doesn't mean that you stop hearing altogether. You can still hear, but your ability to understand sounds like conversation will be reduced. You start to ask others to talk louder, or you turn the TV up to hear properly due to the loss of high and mid-range frequencies. Speech intelligibility becomes a problem. One of the problems with the English language is that too many consonants sound similar, and sometimes they're difficult to make out. It's common for people with age-related hearing loss to mix up high-frequency consonant sounds. When a specific speech sound is not heard or understood, people will fill in the blank with what makes the most sense, and this can lead to mix-ups. Keep in mind, though, that we think we can still hear well, but in actual fact we may not fully understand what is being said. Age-related hearing loss also affects our ability to separate conversation from loud background noise, such as poor acoustic environments like noisy restaurants and bars, and vocal intelligibility becomes compromised. When these symptoms become apparent, it is definitely time to go get a hearing test and most likely a new set of hearing aids. There are some things, though, that you can do that will improve your ability to hear properly in the short term. If watching TV or listening to music on your audio system, don't be afraid to make tonal adjustments to your equipment, in particular, boosting high and mid-range frequencies, and that can really help. This can be as simple as turning the treble control up and also turning down the bass control if necessary to achieve a more natural sound for which will compensate for hearing loss. When watching TV, just turning up the volume will help you hear better, but it won't do anyone with normal hearing that might be watching with you any good at all. All they'll do is complain about the excessive volume. Most modern TVs have audio sections in their menus where you can adjust the total balance of audio that comes out of the speakers. Again, boost high and mid-range frequencies until you achieve good vocal intelligibility, and don't be afraid to experiment. This might be a good alternative to cranking the volume up to levels others can't tolerate. Consider the following if you feel you may be suffering from age-related hearing loss. Don't be in denial about your problem, and don't procrastinate in seeking help, as it won't do any good. The problem will get worse over time and be detrimental to your quality of life. There are groups like the Canadian Hard of Hearing Association that exist to address the needs of people with hearing loss. There are benefit programs such as workmen's compensation that will provide financial aid if hearing loss is employment-related, and government subsidy programs available for those with limited income. If you know someone with hearing loss that is struggling as a result, help them. Give them moral support and help them deal with their problem. People with hearing loss who are on their own can suffer severely from not only hearing loss, but they can also develop serious psychological problems as well.